My dear students of class 10, today I am going to revise lesson number 1 of civics. Although I was about to finish teaching of that lesson, but ultimately we have decided to revise the lesson so that you must recall your past memories and can understand in better form. That's why I am going to revise the same lesson, lesson number 1. Now, the Constitution of India, the first point, the Constitution of India. The Constitution, of India, our Constitution was prepared by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The Constitution of India was written by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Now, the Constitution, what is the meaning of Constitution? Constitution is a legal document of the articles, various laws of the country, so that country must be governed by an elected government. That's why Constitution of India was prepared by the constitution maker Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. It was declared that India would become a sovereign democratic republic or a secular state. Now, the adoption, 26 January 1950, the Constitution of India was adopted and it was declared that India would become a Republic of India. India would become a republic or republican country. Constituent Assembly was our Constitution also has provided that there will be Constituent Assembly where the elected members would protect country's law in the process of debate and discussions. At the time when bills could be passed, the process would be started. The members of different parties of India, they would make comment on it, whether that bill should be passed or not. And if not so, then they will find out certain reasons behind it, why that bill should not be passed or the bill should be passed like that. The government of India after having formed started following the system of the Constitution from 1950 onwards, when the first election for Lok Sabha was held and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became the Prime Minister of India after having won the election unanimously with 2/3 majority and formed Congress party, his party Congress formed government in the center. The Constitution also has provided a system of election where there will be a system of two types of bodies. What is this? The Constitution has provided a system of governance, means central government and state governments. Central government would make its laws as far as it is provided. The Constitution has provided various types of laws, guarantees laws. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. There are two Sabhas, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha means lower house, Rajya Sabha means upper house. And the members of the Lok Sabha are elected directly by the people of India through general elections, and the members of the Rajya Sabha are indirectly elected by the members of the Legislative Assembly and the members of Parliament. Parliament is also known as Sansad. It is used as Union Legislature, means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and functions as unit. The President is the supreme head of the Union, and therefore he represents or she represents the spirit of nation. You know, the Union Legislature comprises the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Now, what is Lok Sabha? Lok Sabha is elected for a term of 5 years, but the term can be extended for 1 year at a time of national emergency. But Lok Sabha can be dissolved earlier than its term or tenure. By whom? By the President of India. On whose advice? On the advice of the Prime Minister of India. There would be a system of bringing no confidence motion against the Lok Sabha. Under which circumstances? The time when the government will prove, the government would fail to prove its confidence in the House. In that case, the government has to resign. So, that is the system of no confidence motion sometimes brought against the government. Now, the composition of Lok Sabha may not more than 552 members, but at present, how many members are there in the Lok Sabha? At present, there are 545 members are there in the Lok Sabha. But the system, maximum number of members would be there in the Lok Sabha are about 552. Out of 552, 530 members would be elected directly, and another one 552 members would be elected directly, and 530 members would be elected directly, and 20 members would be elected also directly but from Union territories, and 2 members would be nominated by the President of India from the Anglo-Indian communities. This is the system and composition of the Lok Sabha. Now, election to the Lok Sabha is by universal adult franchise, means a candidate having 18 years of age can cast his or her vote for his favorable or favorite candidate. This is the system of election. So, voters can choose their choiceable candidate by casting their votes. This is universal adult franchise. And election is direct. The process of election in the Lok Sabha will be through the process of direct election, not indirect, because people of the country can take part in the election directly and can choose their representatives through the process of universal adult franchise. The president of and another one, constituency. Constituency is an area for the purpose of election. It is notified that each state and union territory is divided into territorial constituencies. The division is not based on area but on population. And suppose for example, Mizoram, Rajasthan, and Uttar Pradesh, a large state with dense population, has 80 constituencies are there. Where? In Uttar Pradesh, because it's a large state. Rajasthan, though a large state, but has lesser constituencies, as is sparsely populated, not thickly populated like Uttar Pradesh, sparsely populated. That's why it has lesser constituencies, not like the constituency of Uttar Pradesh. And Mizoram is just a sparsely populated state, but has just one constituency. And now reserve constituency. You know, our country, India, has different group of people, different communities, different languages, different customs and traditions. That's why there is a system introduced by the constitution maker to have a system of equal representation. You know, in our country, there are two groups of lower category people living: scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, both these two communities are given a chance to represent in the house. How? They are allowed to take part in the election. That's why for a long time, the system who introduced Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, because he belonged to the same category. That's why the representation for the SC and ST candidates were introduced by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And this has been done to ensure that the backward communities get adequate representation and are able to compete with the people of advanced communities of India. Besides, it is also important to note that a candidate can contest elections from any part of the country. This system is known as a revised constituency. This revised constituency also encouraged the people of India to be a part of our constitutional procedure. That's why, my dear students, in our country, there is a system of equal representation of different communities of India like scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, Christian minorities. They are having representations in the houses of parliament, and for that reason each and every person is given equal opportunity to put forward their notes, their grievances, and their demands in the houses of parliament. You know, in the Lok Sabha, the debates and discussions are done with an aim of giving equal opportunity to all group of people, because in the Lok Sabha the cabinet ministers always remain present there in order to face the questions of the elected representatives, means MPs, and MPs are allowed to ask questions during 0 hour for the different ministers, and ministers are supposed to answer all the questions one by one of the member of parliament, means MPs, and with necessary informations. That's why each and every minister has to be careful in facing this type of questions. That's why they should collect necessary informations regarding the questions of the members of parliament, so that the respective member of parliament must become satisfied with the answer of the respective minister. And for example, I am giving that matter clear to you. One education minister was asked one question by one member of parliament, that in his own constituency, in his own area, the number of schools were very less. So more and more schools should be constructed there, so that the growth of education could be completed. The program, whatever the government of India has adopted, as per their programs, as per their agenda, the area from where he was representing must be free of this kind of problems. Since he assured the voters that after having elected the election for Lok Sabha, he would contact the respective minister and request him to construct a number of schools for their constituency. So you are requested to construct a number of schools in order to remove illiteracy from there, in order to make sure the educational growth from his own constituency. And in return for it, the respective minister may assure that a number of schools would be constructed in order to develop educational growth from not only his own constituency but from other constituencies also. In that case, the respective member of parliament can be satisfied and can be satisfied with the answers of the respective minister. So this is the system. A person can work on behalf of the people of his or her own constituency. Up to this, my dear students, next day the remaining part. Thank you.